Hey everyone, it's Full Self-Driven back again with another video. Today is September 19th and well, it says it enough right there. We have version 12.5. Put it in gear and we'll get this drive going. Right off the bat it doesn't want to go. There we go. Be attentive, keep your hands on the wheel. Alright, I guess we'll have to give it a little gas. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this update, so we're just going to see really what we think of it, but so I'm guessing my camera positioning, it's not liking where it is. It says it's detecting sunglasses. It switched back over though. It says poor GPS location accuracy. Now we've got to take over immediately. And it just disengaged the system. I'm assuming it was the sun. Sun was coming right in at the camera, the front camera, and it didn't know what to do and just aborted. So right off the bat, apply some force. It's again saying that we have sunglasses on. We do not. GPS went away and we're starting to get road lines. Yeah, so the way we have our, unfortunately, the way we have our camera set up, it seems that it thinks that we have sunglasses on. I guess it's blocking one of my eyes just slightly, the cabin camera up here. So that's why it keeps flipping back and forth is what I'm predicting is the issue. Looks like it's not even maybe necessarily the camera itself. It might be the microphone I have mounted on the side, I think is what's really in the eye point of view. Just got my head slightly off center to the left. So far I haven't, it's been, a little hesitant, but I'd say overall haven't noticed much of a difference. I did notice that it does want to flip-flop back and forth like you saw in the beginning, between eye tracking and torque on the steering wheel. So, and I did have a disengagement right off the bat because the camera, the sun was right in the camera's view. This is our first drive. We just got the update, an hour or two ago and installed it. So, really, this is the first drive we are taking with it. We don't know anything. So I hadn't even set up my camera yet, tested anything. So we'll have to do another video. I'll have to move my microphone to the bottom of the camera. If I get to a stoplight up here, I should be able to at least pull it down and remount it on the bottom. Text Bren. Text Bren. Hey, I'll be home at 6:45. So yeah, I'll sit here and I'll move the microphone to the bottom. Stopped at this stoplight coming up, and if I do get stopped before the intersection, I'll switch it over real quick. Yeah, I'm just gonna move this. Sorry if the audio camera's moving at all. Sorry, there we go. Yeah, so if I move this microphone down here, just tighten it down a little bit. Yeah, we should be fine. So if you have 12.5, any version of 12.5, we're on 12.5.2, but if you have 12.5.1 or any other version that's out with the eye tracking, please drop down below in the comments and let us know what your thoughts are on the system. And because I'm curious. I hear a lot of mixed reviews between people saying it's, it does great things, and people saying it does okay things, but it does a lot of things worse than 12.3.6. And I've heard the overall stability of people's drives have been, especially it says stoplights when it's not when it is the lead car and it's not following other cars' suits, that it has issues off the green or another scenario. And from what I've read on posts and online, people talking about it, is it seems like the main issues are hardware 3 vehicles. It seems like from the majority of hardware 4 vehicles or AI 4 vehicles that people are talking about, they're telling us that they aren't seeing any of the issues that we're seeing. It's one of the best updates yet, so it's really hard to say. Only time will tell. And I'm sure it'll only get better from here. We're definitely on a wide release though, so everyone should be getting it in the next week or two. I guess probably by the end of the month everyone should have it, or a new iteration of it. But I do have 2 family members that have Teslas, and one of them is stuck on, I think he said 2024.20 dot something. Not sure which one, but it was back from like the end of June. So he's been on it for almost 2 months now, and he regularly checks for updates too. He doesn't have full self-driving, so he's sometimes on a different build if they're not merged, which I think they're all merged now for the most part, but I think he might be on another different build. We'll make sure we're on average. I think we were, but I always like to keep it on average for all of our videos to have a baseline. Just keep it at the same settings. Telling me to look up because I looked away for a split second. Overall, it's seeming to do very well, at least for what I'm trying to get it to do. I think it says pay attention to the road. I believe that's what the message says when you look away. I just poked my eyes away for a second just to see what it would say, but I believe that's the same message that was there before. So we're going to make a left turn here. We're going to come up to a 4-way stop, and we'll go through that. It'll be another mile or 2 before we get to a intersection with a stoplight.
Rear go set.
It didn't want me to respond to that one. Yeah, I've got a nice little Honda right behind me, riding my bumper with her cell phone in the other hand. flashers. That's really funny. I'll engage the system again. Well, that's 2 in 1. I guess it's the timing. It used to be if I left work around 7 and the sun was setting and you got blinded at the right spot. I've only seen it once or twice ever, but great. We've got it twice in the first 15 minutes of our drive, you know? You know, it could be something to do with the first first update of this version that we're on right now, but I'm not sure. It's definitely and a lot of people are saying it was going under the speed limit or 5 miles less, and then it would go 5 miles over, but I'm seeing it do just about what it was doing before. Like, it'll do anywhere from 2 to 5 miles an hour over the speed limit on average. And when I put it in assertive, it will do around 10 over. Occasionally I'll catch it going 14 over. But that's normally when other cars are speeding and it's just flowing with traffic when it's on auto. I keep it, ever since the update came out, I've kept it on auto. So we might have another disengagement. It actually went through the yellow light. The sun's blaring again. I don't know if the camera's catching that, but it's right in my eyes. So it just drifted from a straight into a turn lane right there. That wasn't supposed to happen, and now it's just going to continue on straight here. So that was a scenario we were not expecting. So we do have it taking a little bit different route than we've done in the past, but along the same route. You know, we're taking a few different roads than we're used to. Normally we go fork right there. It forked left and somehow went into the right turn lane. I guess it got confused for a second. We had already gotten to the tree line where the sun was no longer in its eyes. I'm not sure what the visualization saw because I was just looking forward at the time, but to go back and review the footage and see exactly see if we can figure out what happened there. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, but it seems like it's already on the highest. I just turned it down to you. I really needed to paying attention. I need it to cool down the GoPro so it doesn't overheat for y'all. Can't stand when I have to pull over and put another battery in that's cooled off. Can't say much about that last intersection there. I've come back through there definitely on 12.3.6 once or twice, and I've never seen it do that, but you know, it could have been a one-off. We'll test it again. Overall, the minimal hands, the focused on the road around you. Even getting a glance off, at the scenery for a couple seconds and looking back, and it not making you intervene or, take over. That's great. I mean, that's next level. Taking a trip in about, I don't know, I think it's like a month now. Yeah, actually, it's right at a month from now. And, I take day trips all the time when I have, day off work here or there. But, this will be awesome. This will be next level to have on a daily basis. I'm worried about people that don't, that just come in and, are too, how do you say it, too reliant on the system, or not really understanding on how much, you do have to intervene or how much could go wrong. So I'm always ready to take over. I might not always have my hand on the wheel, but, I'm always ready to just do what needs to be done. Because it's a dangerous game. I mean, it really is. You're testing new software, and a lot of it's not worked out, and a lot of it's, just has work to be done. Especially when they erased, 300,000 lines of code, and they try to replace it with, videos on a neural network, and, so I've done this turn 10 times over. So they might take my videos and pick the best ones of those turns and then say, hey, this is how you should act in that instance. And just give the car the visualization to try to mirror that. And not all roads are mapped. Not all of them have, the best drivers that have driven those routes before in Teslas. And, there's computers, there's glitches, there's always gonna be that what if factor. But it really is incredible for what it is. This sun's right in my eyes right now. I can barely see, so might have another disengagement here. We'll see how the camera reacts when it comes up to its turn. overall, though, it seems like a pretty solid update to me. I think its movements are smooth. I guess we'll see here from a red light to green light standpoint. Didn't seem to have an issue for me. That turn felt a little weird compared to other ones in the past, but do a stress test tomorrow. I don't have anything going on, luckily, and it's a Friday. Tons of traffic, I'm sure, so we'll find some time in the morning without so much, but yeah, I'm all for it. I'm gonna really test it. Probably put in like, say, 100 or 200 miles on the car, and really give you my honest feedback on how I think it's doing. Speed up a little bit, don't slow down. You can make this green light, Tesla. I guess they get a turn signal first. Oh no, they just ran it. Yeah, it's definitely more hesitant on the turns, I can tell. Than past updates, at least. Maybe not so hesitant as it is just slow motion, taking its time, being cautious. Said that, I wasn't sure how long Hardware 3 would get updates. It did take a while for us to start getting, 12.5, and, we might not even be at a stable enough version to say yet, but we do have it, and here we are. 12.5.3 is the update, though. It's got it all. Assisted parking, ass. Actual smart summon. And we'll see. And it looks promising, though. Comparing it to old Smart Summon, which, they've had a long time to improve, which I don't think they were ever working on it. But maybe they were. Maybe they just had a lot of more work to do than we thought. I'm highly impressed with it now, but just going to wait here for essentially, I guess, for cars to come in or to turn out and make a left in front of us. That way we're not blocking the intersection. Yeah, I can see why the car couldn't see, because I can barely see.
Not sure what the,
Yep, there we go. Like I thought. I mean, I can't. And it turns on its flashers when it does that. It's really funny. It just says, take over now. And then the flashers turn off. It's really funny. Front camera blocked, clean camera. And I mean, I can wipe down and clean my camera, but it's definitely just, I mean, it's right in the camera's eyes. So I think right when we get over this treetop, it should let us re-engage. Probably any minute now. Yep, there we go. No, that's brutal. And I'm sure it's just a one-off thing. I've just never caught it on video, but it just puts on its flashers and says, "I'm not going anywhere else." That's it for me. It's a wrap. Definitely done it to me a handful of times, but not 3 times in one drive. Saw that guy coming out. He was going wide, so we went a little wider. Wow, that's the 4th time. I don't know if that's something to do with the new update, or I mean, oh my. I have not seen anyone talk about that though. I'm guessing I'm just getting the sunset right in the camera view. Hopefully here any minute now we won't have to worry about that anymore from the positioning of our drive the rest of the bit, but holy cow. I've had to interact more with the system today than ever before. While I say that, I actually seeing stars and gray splotches if I blink, because that sun is really blinding. You know, they really need to put out an update for sunglasses. It could be super useful for me. I don't normally drive anymore without sunglasses during the day, so unless of course it's overcast, but yeah, I mean, that's it's not even ready for me yet. Wow, it's not something I've seen. That was like a little jolt forward right there. Was not expecting that. I'm gonna put this up for my safety. Yeah, it's doing it again because I can't block, the camera obviously is up in the windshield. That's 6 times now, I think. I mean, instead of counting interventions, we might as well just count complete takeovers. I mean, that's 6 system aborts in 12 miles? Yeah, I'm paying attention to the road. I just looking down and just figure out how long this has been going on. This is next level. So up here, it's had issues before with the turns, but it seems to have worked out all the curves and figured out how close it needs to get to all the lines and not go well over the double solids. Up here at the top of the hill is when it gets tricky, about half mile or so. But yeah, I mean, aside from the sun being too bright for the system to want to drive me, get some more footage. I'm not sure how the eye tracking honestly works at night, so we might get a night drive. Right here is where it completely goes over. It's not, it fixed it. It used to have it down pat. I mean, it's, and now I get an update that's further past, the 12.3, and here we are swerving over, but I've essentially wanted the update, so here we are. So this right here is a keep moving. It'll slow down a little bit, but it needs to continue to keep moving. It doesn't need to stop all the way. Now it's going to stop, so I'm going to engage and push the accelerator because it doesn't need to stop. It's a keep moving, keep flowing with traffic to merge in with this lane. It's a lane dedicated to people turning off that road. So it's really to keep the flow of traffic and not keep that backed up, that lane so backed up and it needs to get behind this guy because it needs to make a left turn up here. Try to get over in front of this guy. I mean, that was poor. That was very poor. I haven't seen those last minute changes in a while. At least these people are going to move up for me a little bit, so I'm not sticking my rear end out into the lane. It's very nice of them. The sun right in the camera's view again. I'm curious whether it's gonna malfunction and have a take over immediately. It seems be doing okay, and we're about to go right into the shady area, so it seems to have bypassed it that time. Time will tell. We'll just have a probably like a quick edit on this video, just to have it uploaded and have that initial first drive, and then I'll have some content filming this evening. Probably tomorrow afternoon. So by the time you see these videos, it'll probably be, Sunday or Monday, and then another day or two from there. But once we get everything edited, worked out, and there it is again. So it'll slam on brakes. Now it's swerving to the left and right. There's a car behind me. It puts its flashers on. It really can't do it when the sun's right in the camera's view. But it's got to be something to do with this version. I've never, ever encountered this much of an issue with the sun. I mean, that's just... I don't know if that's why they didn't, that's really poor. Yeah. And it's almost unusable. And I have a lot of drives that, have the sun coming in, where I use full self-driving. Definitely, I don't know if there's a way around that. I mean, I can try to clean my cameras, and I can see if cleaning the windshield does anything, but I'm not convinced it's a dirty camera. I think it's the positioning of the camera and the light shining in right at the wrong angle. Yeah, it used to do that turn way better too. It's definitely got some regressions here and there. That it used to cut to the right so it wouldn't be going over to the left because there's all that room on the right. Yeah, this is, I had to disengage there because I didn't feel comfortable going around that turn with that guy. I thought it might try to swing left out of the, wow. Okay. It's definitely, maybe that's why they waited months, but, at least a couple weeks before they tried to start pushing this update, because, and hopefully a newer update is right behind it, I know 12.3 came out, but I'm assuming there was some things wrong with 12.3 because it didn't go wide. It went out to a handful of people, and then they pushed this 12.2 out wide, so, 12.5.2 out wide, and, yeah, and that right there would have been way over the edge too. I mean, this is not, I'm starting to understand where the, criticism is, at least where you have curves on roads, and, I guess sun for that matter. if anyone's watching this still, and down below in the comments, please tell us like what you've heard or what you see yourself with any of the versions of 12.5, because it's all new to me. Even 12.4. This is mind blowing. There's nothing I can do here. I mean, I can just. Sorry. It is, it's gotta be like close to the, I'm assuming 8 to 10 times now we've had that happen. We're gonna re-engage here, and, you know, it's not getting over. Okay, it did put on its blinker right when I started to push up on the stalk. Needs to make a right turn here. It needs to not jam on brakes right there. I mean, this is getting dangerous. Really is. Okay, so I'm gonna just drive myself for a second. Done that a lot. I mean, that's there's a stop sign right here. It was not going to stop for a stop sign. That is just so sorry. It's hard to see over this angle of this turn, but holy, that's not safe. That is very dangerous. So yeah, a lot of times I don't always post, or I don't always record all my drives, obviously. Today I just had the option where I wasn't on phone calls for work, and I just had the opportunity to push record right when an update was sent out to our car. And as you see, it's got me questioning. Questioning how and why this update is a thing. So check back on the next video, because we're almost done. But you know, like I said, I mean, it's not a one-off anymore. We've had back to back things wrong where I was not encountering any of these issues on the previous updates. So I will definitely test it more and more throughout this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and give you my honest feedback. But truthfully, right off the start, it's not something that's very comfortable. Bump right here, and it's gonna do. If you enjoy watching our content, please like, comment, subscribe. not so sure about this update now. As you guys have all seen, as I've said, 10 times now after I've seen the last few iterations happen, or last few encounters I've had. Oh, that's a beautiful dog. But yeah, I mean, we've definitely got some work to do. We really appreciate everyone. We're over 8,000 subs now, close to 9,000, and couldn't be more grateful for everyone. Really do appreciate everyone in the community that enjoys our content. And until next time, thanks for watching.